Hey guys, it's Maddie and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I kind of wanted to give a rundown of my fitness journey, where I'm wanting to go with this, what I'm planning on doing from now and carrying on into the new year. I just feel like this past probably like 6 months realistically is when I got really serious into taking care of myself, both mentally and physically, and making those fitness and well-being a huge priority in my life. So kind of going a little bit into the background of my fitness and exercise, I guess. Ever since I was little, I'd always been in different sports like soccer, dance, figure skating, horseback riding, and that kind of carried through all the way through elementary school. Then when I got to like grade 7, well, actually like grade 6 to 10, I started playing volleyball at school and basketball, and then in high school I stopped just because I was getting busy, life goes on, and just wasn't a huge priority for myself at the time. And I had always been kind of conscious of my body, that I was never really big, but I was bigger than my friends. They were all super like naturally lean and slender and slim, and I was just always not like heavier, but just built different. And I noticed that ever since I was little, like doing ballet, it's pretty much ingrained into my head. Like they put you in those tight bodysuits, and I just had always noticed I had a little bit of a belly to me, which is so sad because I was probably only like 6 or 7 at the time. And having those thoughts going through your head from such a young age is very detrimental to your mental health. And just, I don't want any other young girls going through that too, because I beat myself up over it, and that just, those thoughts had just always been in the back of my mind ever since I was a little girl, which is really sad. And I just want to go back and hug her because she was really hard on herself, and just no 6-year-old should go through that. That is like terrible thinking back on it. Up until grade 10, I had always been pretty active, involved in different sports. And then once school started to pick up and my priorities changed, I was still riding horses at this time. I started riding when I was like 11, I think, and up until I was like 19. Actually, I might have been younger than that. Anyways, doesn't matter. But I was out there quite frequently, getting a lot of physical exercise in, and that had kind of like helped me like just maintain my same body type. And I have been the same size since I was like grade 6 or 7, which is like kind of weird to think about because a lot of people go through like the highs and lows, but I've just kind of always plateaued at the same size. Like I still fit into clothes and still have some clothes, so like from those grades, which is kind of like mind-blowing to me. Riding horses, that environment and atmosphere can be very harsh. There is kind of a stigma around riding that you need to be slim, tall, slender, not be overweight, and judges will deduct points from you if you are overweight in some circumstances. Like that is so messed up and so screwed, but that is how it is still to this day in the equestrian world, which is really sad. And I kind of noticed even then I wasn't as skinny as some of the other girls. My legs were heavier, I had a bit of a belly to me, my butt was bigger. I just didn't fit into the stereotypical equestrian, and it never really got too bad. Like I wasn't too hard on myself. I've always been like pretty confident in my looks. It was still really hard to see, and hearing some of the ways the girls would talk not only about themselves but other riders, and they would point out weight gain or weight, and it was just a very toxic environment to be in and to be raised in. So yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of a timeline. I had always been active, but then once I got to college, I stopped riding, and even then I never gained the freshman 15. I still just plateaued. I had always been the same size, and it's getting very frustrating for myself. But I also have to understand I never really prioritized working out, going to the gym, my nutrition. So that is why now I have kind of switched and made that realization that if this is something I'm serious about, like gaining muscle, getting stronger, having better endurance, then I need to actually make a conscious change. So now I'm going to the gym about 3 to 4 times a week, and I'm actually being very mindful of what food I am consuming. And also, aside from the working out and the nutrition, I'm also being a lot more conscious of the social media that I'm consuming and observing. I think that plays a huge role in it too, because if your mental health isn't great, I think that can kind of slow your progress or maybe set you back or not get you to your goals on the same timeline that you hoped. So I'm also taking better care of my mental health because I think both mental health and physical health go hand in hand. I guess I should have prefaced this video. I am not a personal trainer, nutritionist, dietitian. I have no credentials, certifications. I'm just strictly speaking on my experiences and what I'm doing for my body and my body type. Now, going to the gym, actually focusing on different movements and workout plans that will benefit me and help me reach my goals. So I'm really into weightlifting right now and cardio. So I'm trying to get those two. And I don't really do like workout classes. That's something I want to get into in the new year. I want to go to a couple spin classes or like get into boxing. I think that would be really, really neat just to try even once. I also want to try a Pilates class. There's just a lot of different classes I want to go and try and expose myself to new routines. Because I think that is also very important, kind of changing it up and finding a rhythm that works for you and something that you actually enjoy doing. Like if you hate running, but you're spending 20 minutes a day running on the treadmill, I don't think you're going to see the results that you want because you're miserable. And I think you could get better results doing something you actually enjoy. So that's why I want to try a whole bunch of different classes just to see what I like, because I am new to this fitness environment journey. So I want to try as many different things as possible and see what I really enjoy, because right now at the gym, my gym doesn't offer classes. We just go and use the equipment as we want, which is fine. And I really like that. And sometimes I'll use my phone and like follow a workout on my phone. But I want to be in the environment of a workout class with other people. I think that would be really awesome and neat to try. So that is my journey and a little bit of my fitness history. It's not too exciting. It's actually pretty boring, to be honest. Like, it's not like I had some big event that just like clicked and made me want to change. It's just been kind of like a slow progress, and this is more just for myself. I'm not doing this for anybody, and I don't think you should be working out for someone else. You should just do it for yourself to feel good. Moving on, I want to talk about some of the fitness, health, and wellness habits and tips that I'm going to be taking on with me from now into the new year and forever, hopefully. So the first habit I want to hold on to is going to the gym about 4 times a week, give or take. This could be doing yoga at the gym, just stretching, going to walk on the treadmill, doing HIIT, doing a strength training, just anything. I want to be in the gym 4 times a week. I tried working out at home for a little bit, but I think I need the separation and to actually have a designated spot to go work out where there's no distractions, and that is what I'm solely focused on. The second, I feel like being very common, is just drinking more water. I do drink a lot of water as is. I have actually cut out a lot of other beverages. Like I don't really drink pop. I don't drink milk as much. I used to be really heavy onto the milk. I would drink it pretty much. That would be the only thing I would drink essentially. So I kind of stopped doing that. Don't really drink a whole lot of alcohol anymore. So I'm really just focusing on upping my water intake essentially. And the third is I want to take better care of my skin. I want to go see a dermatologist. I've been trying to do it independently, clearing up my acne, and it's just not working. I'm getting pretty frustrated and tired of spending so much money on products that don't work. I have really bad hormonal acne. It's very, very painful and very big and noticeable. And I'm just very tired of it, more so for the painful part, because it like really, really hurts and it's very annoying. So I think I'm just going to invest in going to see a dermatologist, and hopefully they can help me and maybe prescribe like a better routine for my skin type. I have never gone to see a dermatologist or a doctor about my skin, so I'm really excited to go do that and just learn more about it. The fourth is I want to stretch daily. I have kind of set a little goal for myself, is I want to be able to do the splits. So I used to when I danced, but I have lost that and a lot of my flexibility. So I am really set on trying to be able to do the splits again because I kind of think that's just a cool thing to be able to do. The 5th is I am actually wanting to start training for a half marathon. I think that would just be a really cool personal accomplishment to have and be able to say that I did. So I'm slowly trying to run farther distances every day. I'm not so much focused on the time, more so the distance, and just building up my endurance slowly. So the other day I ran 2 kilometers, which was the first time I've ever done that. And I was really, really proud of myself and just feel like that's a huge accomplishment already. And I'm trying to celebrate the small goals because working up to run a half marathon, I think that's like 21 kilometers, something like that. But that is very impressive. And I feel like that would be a huge milestone for myself. 7th is I am wanting to read every day and making reading a priority again. I think that's really good for my mental health and my creativity and just overall makes me feel better. I'm trying to spend less time on screens. So reading is a good substitute, kind of clears my mind, takes me away from like a stressful situation and just can put myself into the book. 8th is I am trying to become a better planner and a more organized person. I don't like feeling like chaos, and I'm not a control freak, but the things that I can control, I like to control because there's a lot of things in life that I have no say over, no power over, and I am learning to become okay with that. So the things that I can control in my life, I like to have a better grasp on it. So like, for example, my schooling and like YouTube and my job, I want to be able to better plan out that stuff so that when I have an assignment or an event come up, I can kind of plan myself better and prepare myself for that and not be cramming last minute for things because I hate that feeling too. The 8th habit that I am constantly working towards is having a better mentality towards different situations. I'm trying to become a more positive person and have a more positive inner voice because I feel like my inner voice is very negative, especially towards myself. I do a lot of talking down to myself and that is not good. So I'm really trying to change my mindset, and every time I have a negative thought, I am really quick now to be on top of it and be like, no, let's look at it from a different angle or a different perspective and change this and look at the positive side. And it's actually been working. I have noticed that more positive thoughts come in than negative, which is really good because it makes me feel better and be more happy and just more enjoyable to be around because honestly, nobody wants to be around a negative Nelly. So if I can be positive, I'm going to try to and just really tap into that. I listened to a really good podcast the other day though about toxic positivity where it goes into talking about how being a fake positive person could actually be more harmful than beneficial. So I'm trying to be very mindful of that too and not take away feeling upset or angry or mad. I want to be able to feel those feelings, let myself go through those emotions, but then after look on the positive side of it, not just quickly shutting down any anger, upsetting thoughts or like sadness. I'm not going to strip myself of that privilege of feeling those feelings. The 9th habit that I'm working on is journaling more often and being more mindful. I want to be able to get all of my thoughts onto pen and paper because I feel like I hold on to a lot of my thoughts in my head and kind of dwell on them and don't let things go very easily, which is not good. It's actually quite exhausting because in my head, I keep replaying situations over and over and over again until I literally beat myself black and blue about it. Whereas I feel like when I journal, I can get it all off my mind, all off my plate, put it into my journal, and the thoughts are still there, but I can access them only when I want to. Whereas in my head, I am constantly trying to work out every single kink, every knot in my head. And it's just, I don't get anywhere. I just go in loops. Whereas when I journal, I get my thought on my paper and that is done. Close my notebook and move on. And lastly, I'm trying to become more in touch with my spiritual side, whatever that may be. I grew up Christian, went to church, like Christian church. And when I went off to college, I kind of lost my touch with that. but I've also been exposed more to manifesting, crystals, and things like that. So right now I'm kind of at this like awkward phase where I'm not sure what I believe. My thoughts have kind of changed, my personality has changed, and my place in my life has changed too. So I'm not sure what is going to be speaking to me more, or what I feel more comfortable like associating myself with, if that is the right phrase. I don't really know. I just feel kind of lost and want to have a higher power that I look towards and feel connected with, because I feel like I am more myself when I have that, instead of solely relying on me, myself, and my physical earthly person. So I've bought a devotional book. I have some crystals and some like manifesting spirit cards that I am working with. I'm just trying to see what I'm more comfortable with, what I need right now in my life, and how each can benefit me and bring me closer towards my goals. I'm not like against one or the other. I am very much an open-minded person and willing to try anything. And I think that is a very good quality I have, is that I am willing to try whatever makes me happy. I am not closed-minded and thinking this way is the only way, it's this way or the highway, like either get in or get out. I'm kind of a person who likes to try a whole bunch of different things and see what I feel connected to the most. Anyways, that is it for my fitness, mental health, well-being, health in general habits that I want to take into 2022 with me. I feel like as of right now, I have a pretty good grasp on most of these things and I'm already doing it, but I just want to make it a big priority to implement all of these habits into my everyday and carry on this good routine and like mojo I'm in right now, because I'm really at a good spot, probably one of the best places I have been in a very, very long time. I'm just happy and very content with where I'm at right now. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful in one way or another, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.